once again to Let's Talk with Esther Agbi. I'm Esther Agbi, and our topic for today is a question. It's, can a virtuous woman be a submissive wife? Can a virtuous woman be a submissive wife? Yeah, I guess at the end you can answer the question yourself. Okay, let's start with submissiveness. So submissiveness is playing or placing other people's ideas or desires above yours. That's just in summary to say giving preference to others. Most times people talk about submissiveness in place of work, the employee submissive to the employer, or husbands and wives, the wife submissive to the husband, and well, vice versa. The husband too should be submissive to the wife. Maybe church circles, the church members should be submissive to the pastor should listen to the members as well, vice versa. And that's submissiveness, placing others or giving others preference before your own ideas, putting theirs above yours. So, and some people also believe that the submissiveness should just be a thing of, oh, well, if a woman is submissive, she should just be at home and cook, clean, take care of the children, just home, doing everything at home. That's submissiveness. Well, that's what some people believe, not everyone anyway. So, but when we talk about the virtuous woman, to be a virtuous person, right? Not just even the woman. I believe men can be virtuous as well. So to be a virtuous person, you have to have a high moral standard. That is just the definition, the dictionary definition, that a virtuous person is one with very high moral standards. But when we look at the Bible description in Proverbs 31 verses 10 to 31, we're not going to read any of those, but or you can read it at your own spare time to be familiar with what is there if you are not yet that familiar. So when we analyze, we go deeper into what the Proverbs 31 says. There are certain things I was able to pick out from that Proverbs chapter 31 verses 10 to 31. The first thing there is enterprising. The Proverbs 31 woman, because she's considered to be a virtuous woman, that woman is very enterprising, or she was very enterprising, or she can be described as an enterprising person. She was business minded. In fact, when you compare some people's definition of submissiveness, and then you take into consideration the Proverbs chapter 31 10 to 31, you begin to wonder, how does it interplay? How do we put it together? Submissiveness, just staying at home, minding the things of the home, the husband, the children, having good environment in the home, cooking, cleaning, doing all of those things. And then you now look at the Proverbs chapter 31 woman, the virtuous woman. Begin to say, these things don't fit. It doesn't really fit. Because the first thing I picked out from there was that the woman is enterprising. The description of that virtuous woman is she's very enterprising. She's business minded, right? She considers a field and buys it. Do you know, there's so many things that will be running through her mind. For her to consider the field, she'll be thinking about is it going to yield profits? She considers the field and then buys it. There's a lot of planning, there's a lot of thinking, there's a lot of mental work that goes into that before she's able to actualize that aspect. So the virtuous woman is very enterprising. And then there's also the point of integrity. I was able to pick up integrity from that scripture. He says her husband can safely trust in her. Her husband can safely trust in her, which means that her motive towards her husband is that of good intention at all times. Good intention. She has the best plan for the husband. She has the best thoughts even towards him. She says what she means, and she means what she says. That is why the husband can safely trust in her. Not just trust in her. It says can safely trust in her. And another aspect is great positive role model. That Proverbs 31 woman, she's a great positive role model. Why do I say that? It says her children could see positive attributes in that Proverbs 31 woman. And such positive attributes could be emulated by the children. It said the children rise up and call her blessed, or blessed. Some people will say blessed. The children rise up and they call her blessed. So she is just a positive role model for the children and for even the community, for everybody to emulate. She's a wise woman. Is that not a positive role model? A positive attribute? She's a wise woman. She's not going as they say women. They say women talk a lot. So they go It's good to talk, but if you are saying something that is constructive, something that is positive, So she's a wise woman, and the scripture describes her that when she opens her mouth with wisdom. That's a great positive attribute. And she also gives words of encouragement. Positive words, even to lift another person's spirit up. No, there are times you go and meet some people, whatever they say, tell you, you came with your own problem, but by the time you finish, you are even more downcast than when you came. But this virtuous woman, she gives words of encouragement to lift up one's spirit up. So there are times that people come to you, you may not even have the solution even to the problem, but just that attentiveness, that quiet atmosphere, you allow them to speak, you give them that listening ear. It kind of like, helps a little bit, even though it's not even giving the complete solution. So in my younger years, I used to say, I want to be a virtuous woman. When we read about all these stories in the Bible, it's just, I want to be like that. I want to be like Sarah. I want to be a virtuous woman. So I started learning things. I started learning how to knit, with the knitting pin. I want to knit the mittens when you're going to have your babies. So I want to knit the mittens. I want to know how to cook. I want to know how to do all kinds of things that they attribute to being virtuous, I started learning all those things. Then a friend of mine met me one day and said, what are you doing? I said, no, I want to be a virtuous person. I want to do everything by myself. I want to cook. I want to clean. I want to be able to prepare, take care of my clothing and my children's clothing, my husband's clothing and everything like that. She laughed. She said, virtuous woman, you want to kill yourself? That was so funny. You want to kill yourself with work? It's good to do all of those things, but sometimes you don't have to do everything yourself just to be virtuous. I just remembered it now, so I said I'll just throw it in. So don't overwork yourself just trying to become a virtuous woman. Like, for example, Sarah in the Bible was virtuous. She's considered to be virtuous, right? Because we are to consider her, they say, as children of Sarah, Sarah called her husband Lord. She was virtuous. She did all those good things. So, but when you even look at her life, you find out that she had maids, right? She had people to assist her. She wasn't doing all the cooking by herself. She wasn't doing all the knitting, taking care of preparing the clothing, and everything must be done by her. Maybe having the farm, the farm for the farm produce. You want to do the farming yourself. You want to become virtuous. It's good to have all of those, abilities to do all those things. They are good. But if you cannot do some of those things, it's not a crime. That is why if you have some money, you pay other people to assist you or to give you services that you don't know how to do or you don't even have the time to do, because sometimes you need to give yourself some rest, Anyway, so, and this brings me to another story again. There was this, in my place of work, I have a kind of parking lots for cars that come, for people that come so that they could park their cars at the back of the pharmacy. And I have the staff, So there's always arguments and confusion. Some of our neighbors, they just want to use our stall. They have theirs, but they also want to encroach into ours and to use it. So my staff just came out and said, no, you cannot park there. This belongs to us. These 5 stalls belong to us. And the lady just said, you just shut up. You are just a staff. You don't have any say in this matter. So that was kind of depressing to her. Why would she just be, someone that is even a lady herself was trying to shut her down? So if you are a woman, don't allow somebody to just shut you down like that. So that's why I'm bringing this topic up. We should, be confident in ourselves and what the Lord has blessed us with. So if you are gifted in various ways, it's not only just saying, oh, I want to be submissive. It's good if that is the path you have chosen to be at home, raise your kids, do all of those things. That's also good. But if you have, or if you desire to do other work, or you have other gifts and talents, put it to work. Put it to work, because God has endowed every human being, man, woman, children, with great gifts and talents. So you put it to work. Don't let somebody just shut you down. Oh, shut up, or just stay put. You are just a woman. You can't do any other thing better. That should not be your portion. Anyway, so we should come out and be proactive, because if you don't try, how do you know that whatever you're going to engage in is going to be successful? Even when I was about to start this pharmacy, one man came to me. Actually, he came and said, oh, the place has already started. And he said, Christian, he came, he said, oh, why did you actually come out to do this? I said, well, I just want to own my own place. So he said, why do you think you're going to be successful? I looked at him. I said, well, I'm confident. I know that I will be successful. He said, but there are so many pharmacies along this same street that you are in. Why do you think you can be competing with these big chain stores and everything? I said, you know what? God is my Father, and I've done my own homework, and I believe that He's going to help me. God is my Ebenezer, and I'm going to succeed. So he smiled. He said, give me a handshake. He's also a Christian. So don't let people shut you down. Be confident and go for it, and the Lord will be our Ebenezer. Well, I haven't answered that question. Well, in my own opinion, I wouldn't say for everybody. I believe that a virtuous woman can also be submissive. If this particular virtuous woman in the Bible, in Proverbs chapter 31, was not submissive, will her husband safely trust in her? That is the question I have for you. You go figure it out. Well, other people may have something else for an answer, but that is my answer. I pray that the Lord will bless you with this little discussion. Yeah, I'll see you very soon. God bless you. Have a lovely day. Bye for now. Shalom.